everyone, this is Lisa from Life and Layouts. Thanks for joining me for another process video. Today I am using this sketch from Page Maps and I am turning it into a 2-page layout. I'm using this paper pad from Die Cuts with a View. I've had this paper pad for quite a while and it is definitely one that I struggle to use a lot. But I love all the colors in it and I wanted to see if I can get layout done with this paper pad. So I started out with this stripes and I pull out this red polka dot as well as this green, like tealy green with swirly lines on it. And there are no measurements on this sketch, so I'm just eyeballing it, trying to figure out what best measurements look good. And after I put, so the red polka dot is for the like white polka dot that's in the back, and then that dark color represents the green color in the sketch or in the layout. And I didn't like the way that it looked on this dark stripe. So I pulled out the sketch, the paper pad again, and I found this paper, which I really like because it has the same type of design at the bottom of the paper that it does in the sketch. Now, I know that the sketch calls for a smaller shape to add the journaling, but I really like the way that this turned out. So I'm using this orange piece with the red diamonds on it and cutting that down, and I'm going to use my notebook punch to give it the same type of edge as it is in the sketch. And then I'm trying to figure out what photos look best on this side. This is actually going to end up being the left side of the layout, and I want to make sure that the photos that I use are facing, the boys are facing to the right so that they're looking into the layout and not away from the layout. So I am inking up the edges with this distress ink. And then I'm going to adhere everything down. And so while I'm doing that, let me tell you about these photos. These photos were actually taken when we took the boys to the mall to get their pictures taken with the Easter Bunny. And right across the way from the Easter Bunny were these animals that you could rent. So they're like electronic writing animals, and the boys have asked a couple times that we've gone to the mall. We don't go to the mall a lot, but there have been a couple times where they have asked if they could ride these, and so we said that if they were good when they got the pictures taken with the Easter Bunny, that we would allow them to ride around on them. So they had a blast riding them around the mall, and it was actually us worried about, because I kept running into things. And I mean, I don't know if you could tell in the pictures, but especially the pictures that are on the left hand side, that is a jewelry store behind both of them, so you could see like the jewelry case. So I don't know who decided to put these mall animals right next to the jewelry shop, but so we were trying to figure all that out and making sure that they don't run into anything that, you know, is breakable, and then we'd have to spend a fortune to fix things that they broke. So I ended up using the other half of that orange paper with the diamond. It had a border on it, and I really liked that border, and so I ended up using that on the right side of the layout. And I trimmed down these photos. So I think they're 3x3 are the little square photos. And then I left the other two at, one's at a 4x6 and one's at a, I think 4.5x4. So now I'm trying to figure out what my title can be, and I really like this tag that says fill your life with adventures, not things. But it was very stark white, so I used my distress ink to add some orange tones to it, and so that it seems to fit a lot better with the layout. And then I'm just adding some different pieces. I'm going to add this wood veneer camera, a wood veneer stoplight, because I felt like we were telling them to stop all the time. And then these brown chipboard stars, I really like those, but I do end up adding some red paper behind the 2 stars that I add that are open, because there was just so much going on with the paper in the background. I didn't want to see any of the layers. So that's why I added those later. And this is where I pull out the red paper so that, and just cut around it. So I also added a wood veneer, the word play. And then I have this wood veneer that says off we go, and I'm adding that to the right side of the paper, right side of the layout, so that I can start that cluster embellishment, or cluster of embellishments over there. So now I have these red puffy hearts that I'm adding, and I add those to both layouts. And then I found this wood veneer that says loving this life, and I thought it worked perfectly in between the 4 photos to cover up that white space that was created from the center of the photos. And then that little arrow says look at us. And then I am pulling out these puffy hearts, and I love these hearts that have the negative and the positive. So I was able to use the orange negative on one side and then the positive on the other, and then I vice versa the navy blue. And then I'm going to add this black banner that says Fun Day. And that is from the Cool Kid. I recently was involved in a pay it forward type thing where one person would fill a box of their goodies and send it on to the next person. And I think there was like 15 of us in the group. So when you got to me, I don't know how many people were ahead of me, but there were tons and tons of goodies. So the point of when you got the box was you were to take out what you wanted, add new goodies, and so that you could get new stuff, and as well as get rid of some stuff that you have finished using. So that's where that admit one child ticket came from, was that box. And I think that that is a perfect add on to this, as well as these wooden or buttons. They are chipboard buttons. And then I add this heart, the circle heart that has a gold circle around it, red heart on it, up there at the top. So I have my 3 clusters, one on the right side, a really big cluster at the bottom on the left, and then that smaller cluster up there at the top left. So I'm going to ink it up with Heidi Swapp Peach Color Shine, and then add my journaling, and that is it, guys. I really appreciate everyone who continues to follow along with me and check out all of my double page layouts. You guys are what makes my channel grow, and if you have any thing that you want to continue to see, or any questions or concerns or things that you want to voice to me, I would love to hear those in the comments below. I'm willing to take any suggestions of things that you want to see. I do end up adding the date stamp to the right side of the page. And then I also, which I didn't do on camera, but I have that roller word stamp that I just got, and I added, you'll see those in the close-ups, some stamps, and they say fun, 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 laugh more, delightful, top 10, this was awesome. So you can see that on the left side of the layout as well. So thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. here are some close-ups for you. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it if you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't done so already, if you want to hit that subscribe button to see more double page layouts, because that's all I do on this channel. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a scrappy day.